Hey Steelers fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to our Pittsburgh Steelers news and review video here on a crazy free agent Tuesday. Stuff is happening. We have some breaking news for you guys in terms of who the Steelers have signed. First, though, we're trying to get to 9,000 subscribers by the end of the day. Right now, we're at 8,916. We are less than 100 away. So, if you like the Steelers, you like Steeler updates, you like what we're doing here on the channel, go down below and subscribe. Let's go and jump to the latest Steelers news and rumors here on a Tuesday, starting with, of course, all of the latest signings the Steelers have had, and a couple of ones we'll dive into a little bit later on in this video. So, there have been 5 now, officially, in terms of signings and re-signings the Steelers have gone ahead and done, the biggest of which is Mitchell Trubisky. We'll talk about him more in just a couple of minutes. Obviously, signed yesterday to apparently be the starting quarterback of the Steelers in 2022, at least compete to be the starting quarterback of the Steelers in 2022. Chuks got a new contract, a 3-year deal. We'll talk about that. A left tackle spot here in a couple of minutes. Mason Cole has been added. There's a free agent offensive lineman signing. How about Adams coming back from a defensive lineman perspective? Not a big signing there, more of just kind of a, hey, we like what you did, as we'll talk about. And then James Daniels, that one just went through as well. Very versatile, both left and right guard, although I see him playing a little bit more left guard going forward with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big focus, as we'll show you, offensive line seems to be the key right now, at least offense in general. The Steelers have gone there for the majority of their free agent signings. Again, this is up to date as of almost noon here on a Tuesday, so as more and more signings come in, and I'm sure that they will, we'll have more and more videos for you guys and more updates as we always do. First note, Trubisky is the biggest move here, and we guys obviously know that. Video talked about it yesterday. This is the move that I think we kind of saw coming, like we talked about it, but I'm a little bit surprised by it overall by the Steelers. I think very clearly Pittsburgh looked at the market and they said, okay, we can't get Russell Wilson, we can't go ahead and get Aaron Rodgers, not really in on Jimmy Garoppolo, let's sign somebody who has incredible upside. And Trubisky's upside, after spending a couple of years as backup quarterback with the Bills, really is, to me, fantastic, but also not give too much money, kind of, not give our entire future away at him being the quarterback. Maybe you draft somebody this year, maybe you don't, but Trubisky is very clearly the move here that everyone is going to be focused on. I think he starts week 1. I think he should be the starter, and I think that, he can play his way into being the franchise quarterback for the Steelers. But again, it's a 2-year deal. It's $14.25 million. You can have up to $27 million with incentives, and so they basically told Mitch Trubisky, hey, if you play great, you're our guy. If you don't, then we're probably going to draft somebody next year, or we'll sign somebody next year, or we'll have a backup plan for you, and maybe that's going to be Malik Willis in the draft, or Kenny Pickett, or somebody else. But I do think that Trubisky was a good signing. At the worst here, he's competition for Mason Rudolph. Like, at worst case scenario, he simply pushes Mason Rudolph to be the starter this year, and then they draft somebody next year, or they've drafted somebody this year as well, right? So, overall, to me, it's really a can't-lose scenario. Is it Deshaun Watson? Is it, Russell Wilson? Is it Aaron Rodgers? No, but it is a bridge quarterback or maybe even a franchise quarterback, so the potential there is absolutely fantastic for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who do you guys think will start a quarterback next year? Is it Trubisky or is it Mason Rudolph? Type T down below for Mitchell Trubisky or type R down below for Mason Rudolph. We move over here to a couple of, I would say, breaking news signings that have happened. They have officially signed James Daniels to a deal coming over from the Chicago Bears. That one being reported by Tom Pelissero. We'll show you the tweet here in just one second. This is a guy who's probably going to play left guard. I think because Trey Turner obviously is going to be your right guard right now on the depth chart, but the Steelers now have some versatility and an additional offensive lineman to at least throw into the mix there and potentially be a starter in 2022. Tom Pelissero broke the news. We'll throw this up on your screen right now, just a couple of minutes ago, quote, that hashtag Steelers are signing offensive lineman James Daniels to a 3-year, $26.5 million deal, sources tell me and Mike Garfolo, end quote. So with that much money, it does seem like he will for sure be starting, but Steelers very clearly piling up on the offensive line because it was such a bad part of their overall offense last year. It's nice to see them address that as we predicted here in free agency. If you guys are happy the Steelers are signing offensive linemen like this video, you should be happy about it because, again, it was one of the worst position groups on the Steelers in 2021. If you guys are happy with what you're seeing, give this video a thumbs up. We should at least get 100 likes on this. Like, you guys do understand how big of a deal it is they're signing offensive linemen. Give this video a thumbs up. Okay, they also went ahead and re-signed, as I said, Chuks to a 3-year deal. This is not a surprise here. They did give him quite a bit of money, 3 years, $29.25 million, and he will now be, of course, the starting left tackle for the foreseeable future, as he has been for the previous 2 years. I don't know if we blame him for all the offensive line issues. It was more of an interior issue for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but Chuks was definitely somebody who I think could play a little bit better, and I think that he will play better when he has better offensive linemen around him, but it's nice to see him go ahead and get a contract contract extension. It's nice that the Steelers basically say, hey, we weren't going to get somebody at left tackle in the first round of the NFL draft, so this is a guy who's going to be better than any second or third round offensive lineman, so let's stick with him and give him some money. They also have signed a center in former Cardinal and Vikings center Mason Cole. This happened just a couple of hours ago as well. This deal is also for 3 years, so you see a theme here. They gave Chuks a 3-year deal. They went ahead and gave James Daniels a 3-year deal, and now they're giving Mason Cole a 3-year deal as well. And he, of course, as we mentioned, has played for multiple teams at one position in center. This does mean that he will compete with Kendrick Green for the center spot, but the money that they're giving him tells me that he's probably going to be the starter, since Kendrick Green always seemed like a fish out of water at center and really played horribly basically the entire year. Talking about where the problems were on the offensive line, it was a lot more on the interior than it was on the outside. So the overall theme of today's video is not just Mitchell Trubisky, it's the fact that we now have 3 offensive lineman signings. 2 that are new, 1 that is internal, and the Steelers are clearly focusing on the offensive line in free agency. This is what we had kind of expected all along. There were plenty of free agents to go ahead and look at, and even though there are some great players in the draft, the Steelers currently sit at number 20 overall in the NFL draft in the first round, kind of got them out of the whole Evan Neal, Charles Cross, like those first top 10 offensive linemen that you might have wanted them to go ahead and get. I think the fact they signed Mason Cole takes them out of Tyler Linderbaum territory as well, the Iowa center, although again, was he going to be there at number 20? Probably not. And so it seems like the Pittsburgh Steelers, again, focusing in on improving the offensive line, making it better, and taking it from one of the worst units to one of the best units in the National Football League. Which, I'll ask you guys this. I think it's a very simple question. Will the Steelers offensive line be a top 15 offensive line in the NFL this year? I think that they have to be. I think they will be. Type Y down below for yes. I think they will not. Type N down below for no. Okay, before we get into one defensive signing, potentially the ability to sign a linebacker as well, go ahead and get into the sports betting world with our friends at BetUS, because March Madness is officially here. I'm filling out my March Madness bracket later on today, and that means that the tournament is starting just a couple of days from now. If you guys want to bet on this, we have a great deal for you guys through our Pittsburgh Steelers channel, chatsports.com/bet. Promo code is Steelers125, get you a 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up, and you can put your bets down for who wins it all. Right now, your odds are Gonzaga with the best chance, which is a little to me. I'm not really buying into Gonzaga either way. Arizona plus 650. Kentucky, Baylor, that's of course my alma mater, Baylor Bears, and the Duke Blue Devils as well, plus 1,400 to win it all. Again, get in on betting with our friends at BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Steelers125. Get that 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up. All right, the Steelers are bringing back, or I guess bringing back, extending. He was a free agent, but really bringing back Adams, the defensive lineman, on a 2-year, $5 million deal. If you're wondering, is this a big move? It's not a big move. It's more of a depth move. You remember Adams was brought over in Week 13 from the Saints practice squad and did play in all 5 games for the remainder of the year for the Steelers, but he's a rotational defensive lineman. They must see something in him to go ahead and give him a deal, right? They must have liked what they saw. So a 2-year, $5 million deal essentially goes ahead and locks him down, and hopefully we see some more production from Adams going forward in the 2022 and maybe even into the 2023 season. A couple of quick notes here. Myles Jack was just released by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pittsburgh obviously needs help at the linebacker spot. There have been talks of Bobby Wagner, which is probably not going to happen, but Jack now, at 26 years old, is one of the hottest free agents on the market. If the Steelers want to really upgrade the middle linebacker spot, Myles Jack is a real option for them, as he has been one of the best in the business really the past couple of years. The problem that he's had, that he's played on a very bad Jaguars team. You go back to when the Jaguars were good, like 2017, when Blake Bortles took them to the AFC Championship game, they beat the Steelers. Myles Jack was really good on that roster as a linebacker. Look for him to be moved somewhere, signed somewhere. Pittsburgh should be in the mix. Alex Singleton was also not tendered by the Philadelphia Eagles. He led the team in tackles the past 2 years. Really good linebacker for Philadelphia. He's another option the Steelers could go ahead and look to bring in to improve the linebacking core. More of an outside guy than an inside guy, whereas Jack's more of an inside guy. So kind of have your pick there. But of course, Alex Singleton is another option at linebacker. So keep an eye on the Steelers in signing him. And finally here, this is not a surprise, looks like Juju Smith-Schuster will be leaving, as the Steelers were reportedly trying to go ahead and bring him back. Does not seem likely. It is filming this, we don't know where he's going to land, but I look to see Juju probably sign somewhere later on today or maybe early tomorrow, but it will not be in the gold and the black and gold, and so obviously we'll see what the Steelers are going to want to do at the wide receiver position, as they have had a lot of exits. I mean, you're looking at a very bleak wide receiver core right now without Juju there. It looks like it'll be Chase Claypool and maybe a rookie in the first or second round in 2022. Who knows? We will see. All right, free agency, again, 5 signings so far. There will be plenty more. Grade the signings so far in free agency, A, B, C, D, or F. Give me your grade down below right now in the comments section. I feel good. I'm at a B plus, A minus. I think they've done a lot of things good, a lot of things right. Offensive line was obviously a big need. It's good to see the Steelers going ahead and addressing that. All right, ultimate for today on our Pittsburgh Steelers news and rumor video. Plenty more content coming up next couple of days and weeks. Follow me on Twitter at Thomas Mott for the latest free agent updates. And of course, get your questions in down below right now for a mailbag video taking place later on this week as well by using the hashtag Steelers and being a subscriber. For our Pittsburgh Steelers news and rumor video, I'm Thomas Mott signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.